In the early 1800s, a Tennessee family claimed they were under siege by an invisible force that spoke, slapped, tormented, and even killed. Neighbors called it the Blair Witch, and 2 centuries later, its legend is still whispered as one of America's most terrifying hauntings. The story begins in 1817 in Robertson County, Tennessee. John Bell, a prosperous farmer, and his family lived quietly on their 320-acre farm near the Red River. One day, John noticed a strange creature in the fields, a dog with a rabbit's head, or so he described. When he tried to shoot it, it vanished. Soon after, his children began hearing knocking on the walls of their log cabin. Then the sounds moved inside, scratching, gnawing, and chains dragging across the floor. Blankets were pulled from their beds. Hands slapped and pinched them in the dark. Whatever it was, it seemed intelligent, and it could speak. Neighbors flocked to the Bell home as news spread. Witnesses said they heard a disembodied female voice singing hymns, quoting scripture, and mocking the family. It claimed to be Kate Batts's witch, a local woman rumored to have been cheated by John Bell in a land deal. The entity called itself Kate and seemed to know intimate details about anyone who visited. It wasn't just a few superstitious farmers. Prominent citizens, ministers, and even General Andrew Jackson, the future U.S. president, are said to have visited and left shaken. According to legend, Jackson's carriage wheels locked up until the witch permitted him to proceed. Soldiers heard a ghostly voice challenge them, and one of Jackson's men was supposedly struck by an unseen force. The attacks escalated over the next 4 years. John Bell's health deteriorated. He suffered facial twitches and swallowing fits. On December 20th, 1820, he died after ingesting an unknown black liquid found in his medicine cabinet. The voice of the witch reportedly laughed at his funeral and declared, "I gave old Jack Bell a big dose of that last night." After Bell's death, the activity subsided, but not completely. In 1821, the entity bid farewell, promising to return in 7 years. True to its word, it reappeared briefly in 1828 to speak with John Bell, Jr., then vanished again, leaving a legacy of fear and speculation. For 2 centuries, people have debated what really happened at the Bell farm. Some skeptics believe it was a case of mass hysteria or exaggerated folklore, a scary story passed down and embellished over time. Others suspect a more human culprit, perhaps a vengeful neighbor or family member using trickery and poison. Paranormal believers point to the consistency of the accounts and the fact that the witch displayed knowledge beyond any prankster. They see it as one of the few documented cases of a talking poltergeist, or perhaps an elemental spirit tied to the land. Folklorists note that witch legends were common in early America, especially in communities with strong oral traditions. The Bell Witch may be a uniquely Southern blend of European ghost stories, African American conjure lore, and indigenous spirit beliefs coalescing into one powerful tale. Today, the Bell Witch Cave near Adams, Tennessee, is a tourist attraction. Visitors report strange voices, touches, and camera malfunctions inside the dark limestone cavern. The original Bell farmhouse is gone, but the legend remains so strong that it inspired books, films, and even the 1999 horror hit, The Blair Witch Project, which borrowed elements from the story. Residents still tell of odd occurrences on the old Bell property, faint knocks on doors, invisible hands tugging at clothing, or a woman's voice singing at night. Whether fact or folklore, the Bell Witch endures as one of America's most famous and frightening hauntings. A family tormented, a death blamed on an invisible poisoner, a spirit that spoke, sang, and mocked its victims, then kept its promise to return. Was the Bell Witch a real entity, a cunning hoax, or a legend born from fear and gossip? 200 years later, the mystery has never been solved. What do you believe?